watching my ex thrive, it's a beautiful thing, but it's really triggering for me because I walked away with literally having to start over after 12 years of starting over, of wondering if I'm going to be able to keep a roof over my head with my boys and not being able to just go out and play in our backyard like we used to, and wondering if I'm going to be able to feed them.
And you know what, man? Any guy who gets left, maybe his wife divorces him or his girlfriend leaves him, every man should strive to achieve this level of success and thrive this much that your former girlfriend or your ex-wife opens up her front camera and tells the world your success literally is triggering her. She literally said it triggers her. She's triggered.
Good day, fellas. It was nice having you back. So let's go deep on what we have here. Her ex-husband started thriving, and it triggered her. And you got to ask yourself why. Why would a man improving his life after a breakup cause a woman to spiral emotionally? You'd think she'd be happy for him, or at the very least indifferent, right? But no. Some women get bitter, resentful, even spiteful when they see their ex doing better without them. And the reason is simple. It goes against the story they told themselves. See, in her mind, she thought she was the best thing that ever happened to him. She believed that without her, he would fall apart, lose direction, become nothing. That's the role she wanted to play, the one who held it all together. So when he starts leveling up, hitting the gym, dressing better, making more money, building his confidence, and moving on emotionally, it flips her world upside down, because that wasn't supposed to happen. He was supposed to struggle without her. That's the fantasy she built for herself to justify walking away. And it hurts, not because she still loves him, not because she wants him back, but because his growth exposes her lie. It shows that maybe, just maybe, she was never holding him back. Maybe she was a thing he had to let go of to become who he truly was meant to be. And that truth is uncomfortable. It's like this. When a woman leaves a man, she often expects an upgrade. She expects to find someone better, someone more emotionally available, more ambitious, more this or more that. But when her ex turns around and becomes that man after her, it doesn't feel like he changed. It feels like he withheld, like he saved his best self for someone else. And that's a hit to her pride. What she doesn't realize is that sometimes a man can't grow until he's free from the constant criticism, the emotional manipulation, the feeling of walking on eggshells. A lot of men don't even know how drained they were until they're out. And once they're out, they heal, they focus, they thrive. And that's when she starts watching his life like a show she didn't get cast in. And let's be honest, a lot of women can't stand watching a man win without them. Not because they want to celebrate his growth, but because deep down, they wanted to be the reason he succeeded. They wanted the credit. They wanted to say, he became that man because of me. But when he does it without her, or worse, after her, they lose that power. So, yeah, she's triggered. Not because he's winning, but because his success is proof that she might have left the wrong man. And now he's thriving, not for her, but in spite of her. So, don't let anyone twist the narrative. When a man starts shining after a breakup, it's not luck. It's not petty. It's not about revenge. It's about peace, clarity, and finally having the space to become the man he was supposed to be. And if that triggers her, that's not his burden to carry. That's her mirror to face.
I'm just saying, if a man's ambitious, passionate, he's also willing to make you happy, he wants to protect you, and he wants to take care of you, and he respects you, you gotta, change, because if he realizes that he deserves better, and he won't go back to you anymore, but you want to show him that you changed, that is so complicated. So if a man does all of this and you're taking him for granted, think about it again. Work with me 101. It'll be in my bio. Check out my YouTube.
Women regret losing a good man. And a lot of the time, that regret doesn't hit until way later. Not because they didn't know he was good when they had him, but because they didn't value what he brought to the table until it was gone. See, a good man doesn't make noise. He doesn't beg for attention. He shows up, handles business, protects, provides, and stays consistent. And for some women, that consistency gets taken for granted. They confuse his peace for weakness, his patience for passivity, and his loyalty for lack of options. So they start testing him. They nitpick, disrespect, pull back emotionally, start talking to other dudes on the side, all while he's still showing up like nothing's wrong. But here's the reality. A good man has limits. And once he's done, he's done. And that's when it hits her. That's when the regret sets in. Because she starts looking around and realizes that the guys she thought were upgrades, they're not texting back. They're playing games. They're not consistent. They're not dependable. They're not even remotely close to what she had. And now she's stuck replaying in her head how she let a solid man walk away. Women regret losing a good man because they realize too late that men like that don't come around often. A man who listens, supports, loves her through her flaws, holds her down through the storms, and never stops trying, that's rare. And when they leave that man thinking there's something better out there, 9 times out of 10, what they find is a complete opposite. Short-term excitement, empty promises, ego-driven guys who just want attention, not commitment. And you know what makes the regret even heavier? Watching that good man love another woman better than he ever loved her, because now he's wiser. He's been burned. He knows his worth. And he's not tolerating disrespect or disloyalty again. So when he pours into the next woman, gives her the time, attention, effort, and protection she used to get, it stings. Not because she still loves him, but because she knows it used to be her life, and she threw it away. Let's be real. A lot of women overestimate how long their options will last. They think because they're attractive or have attention on social media, that men like him will always be waiting in the background. But good men don't wait forever. Good men don't circle back after disrespect. They elevate. And when they do, that's when she starts texting, "I miss you." That's when she starts liking old pictures, watching his stories, talking about how you were the only one who understood me. But by then, he's moved on. So, why do women regret losing a good man? Because deep down, they know they mishandled something real. They know they fumbled a man who would have built a life with them, protected their peace, raised a family with values, and stayed loyal in a world full of distractions. And the sad truth? They didn't lose him. They gave him away.
Lady is going viral for actually admitting that she divorced the love of her life for one reason, because she wanted more money.
I've been divorced before. My first marriage, we made all of the mistakes. Unfortunately, he passed away.
So why did you guys get a divorce?
Because I really wanted something different. It's very unfortunate because he was the most loving, kind person. I had all the love and support that I could have ever wanted. But I think I went through a period wanting money. Like I wanted to be with someone and be at a different level. And I saw him work all of the time. It's one thing to work and work and work from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night, day in, day out, and still have no resources. And for me to work, do the same, and just want a different life.
So, long story short, you wanted a different life and lifestyle than he was able to provide. And so you said, you know what, I'm out of here. I need more money.
I was selfish and took advantage of a real unfortunate situation, which was he loved me and David unconditionally. Every time we saw each other, you knew that was your soulmate, right?
Wow, so he was your soulmate. He just loved you.
He really did.
And you broke his heart. Oh, don't cry, Tim.
Here's the thing. This young lady in an interview said she lost her best friend, the love of her life, her husband, all because she was greedy. And not just greedy. She was eager for more money, more lifestyle, more flash. And here's what makes it worse. This wasn't even her first divorce, which tells you something. She didn't learn. She didn't reflect. She didn't grow. She just kept chasing whatever looked shinier in the moment. And this is the part a lot of men are tired of, the lack of accountability. Because here's a man who loved her, stood by her, probably helped build her up, made sacrifices, weathered storms with her, and gave her stability. But that wasn't enough. Because somewhere along the line, she convinced herself that love wasn't worth anything if it didn't come with luxury. And now she's sitting there in an interview, emotional, broken, saying she lost everything. Because she couldn't stop reaching for more. And let's call it what it is. She didn't lose him. She threw him away. There's a difference. She made the choice. She walked out. She gambled everything for a shot at more money, more status, more attention. And it backfired. That's what happens when you think the grass is greener without watering what you have. What a lot of women don't realize is that good men don't stick around forever waiting to be appreciated. You think you can leave, chase what looks better, and come back when it doesn't work out? No, because while you're chasing money and image, that man is healing, evolving, and learning not to tolerate being second place to your greed. See, men want peace. We want loyalty. We want real partnership. Not someone who sees us as a stepping stone or a temporary option until a better offer shows up. And when women like her say, I lost the love of my life because I wanted more money, all we hear is, I traded love for lifestyle and lost both. And the crazy part? She's probably not even struggling financially. That man probably provided a stable life. But that wasn't enough. Because society's told women that settling down with a good man isn't a win unless he comes with 6 figures, designer trips, and Instagram clout. So they trade solid for flashy, and then cry when the flash fades and the solid is gone. And that's the message here. When a woman admits she lost a real one because of her own greed, she's exposing a harsh truth. She didn't want love. She wanted leverage. She didn't want a partner. She wanted a provider with conditions. And when the conditions weren't met, she bounced. But the thing about good men, once they see your loyalty is for sale, they'll never look at you the same again. And when they walk away, they don't come back. So now she's left with memories, interviews, and regret. Because the love of her life is probably out there giving his best to a woman who didn't make him feel like he wasn't enough. And that's on her. Thanks for checking in. See you guys on the next video.